So, people, how are you all doing? Waiting for Black Gold Tier 2 has made me stress out and lose all of my hair. You know, just how it is. But there is a talking point right here. And I remember something being asked to me in one of my videos in the past. So let's just go to the discussion panel. So, I remember someone messaging in one of my YouTube videos, and he said, you just keep saying the same thing over and over again. What? And I'm not sure if he was just trying to be a critic or something, but I know I'm repeating most of the things over and over again because the same behaviour with the Rust store and the Rust skins keeps happening all over again. You know? A lot of people think, oh, you're like a cool, financial guy. No, I'm more of a behavioural analyst. Like, I can see behaviours, I can see patterns, I can see routines happening all over the place, happening all the time, every year. I just notice it. So, what's the whole subject about? Blackout Poncho. How many sales does that have after not even 24 hours? We're about to hit the 24-hour mark. 17,000. This seems familiar. I wonder where we've seen this. Where have we seen this thing before? What's going on? Do you remember literally about 3 or 4 weeks ago? Oh, well, let's go look through my videos. And where is it? Oh, Arctic Camo Poncho sales problem on September 9. What? History is repeating itself. History is repeating itself. So, do you remember when I made this video? After about 24 hours on a Friday, I looked at that Arctic Camo Poncho and I looked at everybody and I said, there's a problem here. Well, it turns out, in this current position that we're in right now, we have more sales after 24 hours compared to the Arctic Camo Poncho. Or at the very least, a very similar number. Okay. This is a problem. So, here I am, repeating myself all over again, discussing the same points all over again. Blackout Poncho is looking like it's going to be oversaturated immediately, right? Now, let's just go over what happened with the Arctic Camo Poncho, and then we can probably figure out what's likely going to happen with this Blackout Poncho. So, a bit of background information. Blackout set, probably one of the most invested into, most adored, most desired collections. So, as we know, all of the clothing and armour is fairly expensive, and when they first appeared, they were bought out a whole lot. So, both the clothing pieces, definitely, well, that's $15 now, the hoodie, and that's now above $20. When prices are much better, this is probably going to be selling for around $20. This is going to probably be selling for around $25, maybe $30. But, yeah, prices are down at the moment. What the point I'm saying is all of this clothing and armour is a whole lot more expensive on average compared to the rest of the collections out there. Now we've got this poncho, and ever since we started to look at the Arctic Camo Poncho, we had to have a bit of a discussion saying, right, when are we ever going to possibly be using a poncho? And just having a nice discussion with Mr. Micro. There's going to be many instances where you're just going to have to use with what you got available to you. But will loads of people use this Blackout Poncho just to have some easy disguise for nighttime? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a whole lot more affordable to make in game. A high poncho. What, you just got to hunt some animals? That's not too bad, is it? I'm just imagining everyone's just trying to fight a bear now and they're losing terribly. But anyway, I can imagine loads of people would probably like to use this Blackout Poncho as a cheap option to then just quickly put on at night time and roam around, hide in certain bits and corners and whatnot to ambush people at night time and whatnot. It's right here and available to everybody for only $2. Now let me refer back to the Arctic Camo Poncho. Arctic Camo Poncho, that sold for 99 cents each. So, remember when I first looked at this and said, I do hope this $2 pricing would at least filter out some people? It hasn't. It hasn't. So, this is a poncho, which very recently we saw one sell insanely, and people probably assume everybody wants it. And then it's also part of the Blackout collection. So, yeah, this is. I'm worried for it, but I could definitely see this being favoured a whole lot more in comparison to the Arctic Camo Poncho. With this can be used in pretty much every single area, so as long as it's nighttime. Now, there is a bit of a worry that, hang on a minute, it's the tattered version, the one that looks like you're wearing stockings. But it's still got that, it's part of the Blackout collection positive with it. But this is definitely looking like something where, well, first of all, it's abnormal, so we can see the buy orders after Wednesday night, Thursday morning, and see how it progresses during the day on Thursday, but that is definitely looking like it's going to be oversaturated, and I'm not 100% sure it's going to be a safe purchase, especially with all the potential bad things about to happen, like the CSGO Major, the possible CSGO operation, the winter sale and whatnot. We're going to see the trend of all Rust skin prices starting to go down, with many options of potential liquidating to get money to be able to put towards the new CSGO things or getting cheap games. Now, I also imagine that people probably are going to sell their skins knowing that this downward trend is going to happen, so they'll have their money and be able to buy their skins again at a cheaper price. That's just smart, isn't it? So things are looking a bit awkward, and if you're looking at that Blackout Poncho right now, I'm going to sit here and say this is looking worrying. And if you need a nice explanation or a nice visual for what happens when far too many are bought, just take a look at the Arctic Camo Poncho. So unfortunately, we have not seen the Arctic hide armor being accepted, and we did see some people trying to keep the price up, but they're not doing a good job of it, are they? So, well, they've managed to hold it up above 80 cents for now, but before they're trying to keep it above $1. But as we've seen, plenty of people just started to unload their quantities on the Steam market. We've got very big fat quantities, big walls, lots of resistance. If we ever do see the hide armor being accepted, will all of these walls disappear, or will they kill momentum and this never really flourishes, this eventually never really going up in price that much if we do see more being added to the collection? That is the worry. And from what I can see here, with almost 700 quantity, which is unfathomable, that's insanity. I don't think these two buy orders will last forever, and eventually this will end up crashing around to about 50 cents, and eventually, well, we're probably going to reach 1,000 quantities soon. I don't think this is going to do very well. That's the main thing, and I worry that this is following its footsteps, and it's going to end up in a very similar position. So Meta says burlap, blackout. That's not a bad idea. If we do potentially see some more blackout clothing like blackout hide and blackout burlap and whatnot, then we'll be all right. We did think there was a light at the end of the tunnel for this with the hide armor. Now, gentlemen, let's also point out something. We have a wipe day next week, and the usual trend is Face Punch is more than likely going to hold out to release the valuable things they think are going to sell the best for a wipe day. And the point being is, wipe day is usually, or wipe day and wipe day weekend is usually the time where we get the most people playing throughout all of the month. Because, fresh servers, everybody wants to play in the fresh server, everybody wants to jump in. So the vast majority of people are going to be playing during the very beginning of this month to jump in. I'm just reading everything that you're saying there. So everybody's going to jump in, and it's going to be the time where there's going to be the most people currently playing, the most people that are going to likely see the skins in the Rust store, which potentially could mean the best possible opportunity to make the very best profits. So that's Wipe Day. Wipe Day tends to get the very best skins from what we've seen in the past. Are we potentially seeing the Arctic Camo hide armor being held back for that? That's also a cope in regards to I still think Black Gold Tier 2 is being held back for that wipe day. Because of the shenanigans of complete the sets this year, I think they decided, you know what, we can release Skull Killer Tier 2 early in this month, and we can just hold on to the Black Gold Tier 2 and save it for the next wipe day Rustore rotation. It's a cope, but I kind of feel like that very likely could happen. So with this, we need to see what's going to happen as of next week, and if we don't see that hide armor being accepted, it looks doomed. But from what you're showing me over here, Mr. Micro's offering cheap options in regards to, here we go, gentleman's pants. Oh, hang on a minute, we've got this glitch. So for some reason, links keep being lowercase. Remember, you've got to have it capitalised. So burlap trousers, black. There you go. Perfect, perfect. So you could pair this with your ponchos and whatnot. A very, very, very... Oh, look, I've got a buy order. A very, very, very budget blackout set. Yeah, people are going to probably try and do that. So do keep an eye out. Oh, what we got over here? Yeah, it's cheap. Yep, burlap shirt. When's whip? So yeah, we've just shown off now a very cheap option in regards to cheap black clothing that you can wear to run around in at night time and whatnot. So this seems to be an alternative cheap option to roam around at night. A nice black cloak so you aren't seen as easily. But I'm not 100% sure if it's a safe bet. And I'm still going to probably sit here and say we're better off doing our buy orders. Why not just be very aggressive with the buy order? Yeah, let's just wait and see how the buy orders are looking. It's abnormal, so we don't need to rush into buying it. We can wait until Thursday, look at how it's progressing in the beginning, see what the buy orders look like, and then we can consider whether it's going to hold its price. But with all the potential negatives in the near future, I'm not confident. So, yeah. Cheap options like Glister. I think that's a bit too colourful. But yeah, I just wanted to give a warning. This looks like it's already oversaturated. In fact, how about we do a quick refresh? Are there even more? Oh no. Alright, it hasn't refreshed with even more. Or has it? No. But then again, remember, always double check. Just see what the subscribers are on the 16,701. Is higher than 16,635, so this needs to update. But yeah, this is looking worrisome. Alternatively, the storage room double door hasn't sold as much as I was anticipating. So while I'm worried about this, I'm very interested in what's going on over here. This might be the thing to buy. It's abnormal, we don't need to rush. We'll talk more about that later in this week. So, all good, all good.